everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and this is the channel about cross stitch. Welcome to everybody. If you're old or, well, not old, I was just watching Sarah, I think it was Sarah who said this, but she was like, I don't want to say old, so welcome anybody who's returning. I mean, if you're old, that's cool too. But if you're returning, welcome. If you're new, welcome. Please hang out. We have fun here. Join the family. I don't know. All the things. I don't have as much to show you this week because I'm back to like more of a normal routine. I started a new game on Facebook that I said I wasn't going to do, but then I did, so we'll talk about that too. And then I got some haul, so that's fun. So we'll start with WIPs, and then we'll go from there, yeah? Let me pull up my numbers for the week. Okay, cool. So, what have I done this week? Well, I have worked on 4 things since I've seen you last, and they're not in any kind of order. So I'm just pulling them at random. Really, they're just whatever's in my pile. So the first thing that I pulled up is my Castles in the Air. This is Castles in the Air. It is a pattern by Long Dog Samplers. The fabric and stuff description will be in the description box. The fabric and stuff description. The fabric and all the information will be in the description box below. I did manage to find, and I think I put it in all my videos, what the number for the Silks For You that I'm using is. I don't remember now, but it's in the description box, so it should be down there. Hopefully. But yeah, so here is what it will look like. Oh, I've got an itch. Here's what it will look like and where it was last time. And here is what it looks like now. And I always say that it looks like the color of the fabric is not 100% accurate, which is so frustrating. I think that's more accurate. I don't know. It always looks a little darker, like farther away. But it looks so good. Okay, I'll bring you close. So I've worked I'm almost done the top row. I'll stand up. I'm almost done the top row. Okay. I don't remember where I was, so we're just gonna go with it. So yeah, so the first 2 pages are finished, like completely finished. I know last time I showed you this thing wasn't here, and this was part of the like page that I hadn't finished. So I just did the whole thing, and the page is done. And I added the little deer here, this second turret thing on this one, and I think I added the rest of these, like up to here-ish. So that's what I added yesterday, actually. I did 505 stitches, and I added those yesterday. And I did that for this new game that I'm playing on Facebook, which I'll talk about later because not everybody cares, so I don't want to bring it up too much now, but that's what that looks like. Hi, I'm peeping. But yeah, it's looking great, and I still have all this fabric to do, but how big is this? Huh, interesting. It's the same as what my gnome will be on. Anyway, yeah. So, we're getting there. We're almost done the top row, which I only have to do technically, I think, like 460 something stitches till I get to my second goal on this, which is where I'm ending for my WIP Go goals. Why did I do that? I usually put this on the floor. What am I doing? And here's the comparison photo. Okay. The next thing, I've got to sneeze. Maybe not. My goodness. Oh, thank you. For whoever said bless you out there. Okay, so the next one in my pile is my dog's piece. Yeah, you. Mr. Loud. It's my dog's piece by Mystic Stitch, and the artwork is by Howard Robinson. I hope that's right. And here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And here is where it is now. So he is really coming along. He's really coming along. Like, he looks great. He's so cute. I think I've hit, yeah, I've definitely hit the edge of this page. So this is how like wide the page is. And I think this is the bottom of the page, or there's one more, but I'm pretty sure this is the bottom of the page because this seems like it's a pretty normal page size. Yeah, I think if it was one more down, it'd be like weirdly long, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But I did 359 stitches, and I'm going to continue with this one for a little while. Because like I mentioned in my last video, I'm kind of not doing homework, but I'm kind of doing homework when I can, and because this is my oldest piece, I can technically do all the homeworks on this while I'm working on it because it's penalty. So I'm going to do that. So I'm doing homework this week, except for when I did castles. But I'm doing homework this week on this piece, so I still have a ways to go, but we have until Sunday, or until Monday. Really, we have till Sunday night to do the homework, so I'm not stressed. And if I don't finish it, I don't finish it, because I'm not really doing homeworks now, so. But I will when I can. Anyway, here's the comparison. Okay, next is my wedding piece. For all of you returning viewers, you've heard this spiel before, but I have a photo of me and my husband on the day we got married, and I turned it into a pattern using Pixel Stitch, which is an online like free pattern maker, or pattern photo converter. And I only work on this piece on Sundays. So it only gets one day a week, but weirdly it is, well, not weirdly, it's not weird. It's the second most like worked on piece for this year, because I do work on it consistently like once a week, at least. Where the other one that has the most love, the one that has obviously the most work done on it this year is my Mulan, but that's because that one's like I'm trying to finish it. But this one, Wedding, is my second most worked on, I think with like 10,000 stitches so far this year, just from doing it like once a week. So that's wild. But anyway, here is the English words. Here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And here is where it is now. I know the threads, people stress out about the threads. Actually, I don't think anybody's mentioned it in my videos, but I know some people like, they go a little like, at the threads, but It's how I work, so, but yeah, so that's where we are right now. So I'm up on this page, which is boring, but, you know, what can you do? So it's just background, nothing really fun to see. You know, my face is done. Well, for the most part. My chin's not done. I'm like the chinless person, but hey, if I could be chinless, maybe at least just have one chin. But anyway, yeah. I did 400 stitches on this one. I know these numbers, and I only worked on 4 pieces, so it's like, how much did I do? Well, you'll see. I actually did a lot more than, you know, what these numbers are showing. 400, 359, and 505. And then the next one got a lot of love. But anyway, yep, that's that one. So 400 stitches of background. And here's the comparison. And then the last one I worked on was one that I know I said I wasn't going to work on the rest of the month, but I couldn't out myself. And I think in my last video I had just started working on her again. And this is Mulan. This is a pattern by NeniSweetPatterns. NeniSweetPatterns on Etsy. And the artwork is... The artwork is Hannah Alexander. I thought I had something else in here that I didn't see, like the pattern information, but I didn't. I was right. I did all of them. Anyway, yeah, so this is Hannah Alexander, and it's Mulan, and here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And y'all, I finished the page. And I started the next one. So, I'm so pleased. So pleased. So we can see some of the flowers in her hands right here. In her hand. She has a sword in her other hand. But yeah. Finished that page. So this page is done. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages done so far, and we have like a little less than 7 left to go because there's 2 more rows under here. So we're getting there. I'm almost at 34,000, I think. I'm at like 33,990 something stitches on this, so we're almost at 34. And then my wedding piece, I think we're almost at 50,000, which is crazy. I'm pretty sure that we're almost at 50,000. We're like 49 something, which is so exciting. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that one right now. We already talked about that one. But this one got 1,864 stitches. I know. I went hog wild. But I just want to get her done. I'm so excited. So I will put her away for the rest of the month, which I don't have that many more days left in the month. I think it's, what, like 2? And then I'll get her back out again to work on her for next month. But here is the comparison photo. So, total for this week is 3,128 stitches. So not a bad week. I've noticed with, I know I always say like 3,000 is so small for me, but with work and like that stuff kind of kicking off again, this is a pretty normal number for me. So like 3,000, 3,000 to 4,000 in a week is pretty normal now. When I was working from home, like 5,000 in a week was more normal, or more. But now I have to drive in, and I can't stitch in the morning as easily because I don't want to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to go stitch, you know? But anyway, so that was that. And the new numbers were called for WIP Go, but again, I don't work on things per se in the month that they're called because some of my pieces, most of my pieces have 2 goals, and one of the goals has to be completed before I can do the other goal because it's all based on percentage. So I just do whichever goal comes up first. Like, I'll work on whatever I work on, and if I hit the goal, great, I mark it off. But I am going to try to kind of like backtrack and look at what has been called, not like necessarily the percentage, but the piece that's been called. And so that's partly why I'm working on dogs right now, is because that was one of the first pieces that was called. And I haven't hit any like I haven't hit the first or the second goal on it. So I'm going to work on that until I at least hit the first goal, and then I'm going to work on something else. I think tulips, because that one doesn't have very much more to go until I get to the first goal. It's like 1,600 stitches, and because it's mostly, well, I'm on the next page, which is blues and things, so it's mostly the same stitches until I get to the butterfly, and then it's going to be like confetti. But anyway, should we do haul now? Yeah, let's do stitchy mail. So I had some stitchy mail, one piece, and then I have a pattern that I want to show you. But, oh, and I should probably bring up what I'm putting on it, because y'all have seen it already, because I've definitely shown it to you. But, January. Okay, so I got a piece of 28 count Lugana from Fabrics by Stephanie, and it is called Winter Wishes. That was pretty perfect. And it looks like this. It is gray. It's like a mottled gray fabric, which is really fun because I like gray just in general. Okay, look. My tablet won't stay. Okay. So it's like a mottled gray. I don't know if that's like easily visible. Well, anyway, it is gray. I think it's pretty accurate, but that's pretty accurate. But what I'm going to put on this is my January gnome. So I'm going to put him, can't hold this very easily. I'm going to put him, oh, I'm making him smaller. I'm going to put him on this. And I figure that would be good because he's mostly blue, and I didn't want to stitch him on white, and I didn't really want to stitch him on blue either. So I got gray because January, it's kind of gloomy. I know, it's my birthday month, which is sad that it's gloomy, but yeah, I love it. I think it's great. And I'm glad I went with the Lugana because I know that it doesn't, like, the colors don't penetrate as richly on Lugana as linen. Like, linen is the most vibrant usually, but I'm okay with that because I wanted these to be pretty muted. So I'm planning on doing all 12 months on, I have like picked out already fabrics that I think will work with the ones that are out. I'm not going to buy them because I'm only doing one like per year, so I don't need to buy all the fabrics right now, but I want the fabrics to be pretty muted because I want the gnome obviously to be the center of attention. So the fabrics can be pretty neutral. For the most part, there are a couple where it's like, ooh, but that's fun. And then the other thing that I got is a new pattern, because I need more patterns, obviously, right? And this I actually got from, I saw, I don't remember, in Semi-Sane, somebody posted something. I think maybe it was Casey who posted something about a shop called Thread Geeks, and I went on, and there are a couple that I really like, a couple of patterns that I really like. So the one that I decided to get is called Queen of the Night, and it looks like this. And I love it. I think it's great. Yes, that is a bat right here. That's so fun. I really got it because of her hair. Is that sad that I got it because of her hair? But her hair is just so much fun. And obviously, I have a thing for redheads. So, I just love it. And like the bats that are, so I didn't get it at first when I was looking at this pattern, when I was looking at this chart. This is hard to hold. But these branches and things that the bats are like they're not sitting on, they're hanging from, they're in her hair. They're not like in the background, they're in her hair. Isn't that fun? I don't know, I just found this pattern very fun. So, I bought it. And I'll do it eventually. Not sure when. Maybe I'll start it in 2023. I'm not starting it next year. I already have enough things that I'm doing next year. I don't need to start something else. And I've planned out like when all my starts are going to happen, so I don't want to add something to the mix and it's just too much. I know everybody's doing like their Mania plans and stuff. I'm not doing Mania. I never have done Mania. I love watching the Mania stuff, but it stresses me out, so I'm not going to do it. Because stitching is not supposed to stress you out. It is supposed to be a fun thing that we do, and if you enjoy doing Mania and it doesn't stress you out, all power to you, but it stresses me out, so I'm not doing it. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was a game that I just started playing, and I said I wasn't going to, but I am. It is called the Stitchagon Trail, and I'm not sure if it's open or not, so I'm not like telling you to go play. I think they posted something that like if you are interested, you have to answer the questions, but again, don't quote me. I'm not sure if it's an open group or not. So I'm not going to link it because I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm playing it, and kind of what clinched it for me was I was looking at like the open like wagon families, that's what we call them, and one of my friends wanted to start a wagon family, and then Corinne, who is one of the Grace Note Stitchers, who I talk about almost every video, she joined the family, and I was like, oh, I should play. So I was like, okay, I'll join the family. So I'm on the team with Corinne, and it's really exciting because Colleen is playing too, and I think Corinne said this is like her first like stitchy game that she's playing, so we're super excited that she's on our team. I am a seamstress, and because everybody gets to like choose what their profession is, and I chose seamstress just because at the time it was just 3 of us, and we were trying to decide like for 3 people what would be the best professions to have. So we have farmer, doctor, and seamstress. At first I was going to be a blacksmith, then I was like, oh, seamstress seems like it might be better if we only have 3 people. And then we got 2 more people, so we have seamstress, blacksmith, farmer, doctor, and hunter. So those are our professions. And each wagon family has 5 people, and we're going to be stitching stuff to get ready to travel. So it's just, I'm excited. It sounds like it's going to be a fun game, and I'm stoked that I'm playing with my two friends. I mean, I have more than just 2 friends. Like, the other 2 people I would consider friends as well, but Corinne and Colleen, they're pretty near and dear to my heart. So, so stoked to have you guys on the team, or that you let me be on the team, I guess, is the way I should say that. But yeah, anyway, I think that's it. This is a shorter video because I didn't have as much to show, which is good. I'm okay with it. I am going to... Oh, another thing I forgot to say is, like, I know I didn't have a stitch with me again. I'm so sorry. I have to be in the right mindset to do it, and I just haven't been. I feel like I've been really wild and crazy. Well, I've been really wild. Life has been really wild and crazy, and, like, Saturday... Okay, we're getting into life stuff, so if you were not here for life stuff, bye. Thanks for watching, joining, all the things. So, on Saturday... we were going to do like a couple errands, and we went to our local like place that we get our meats from, and we went in, and they usually can do like package deals where you can buy X, Y, and Z, and if you don't want one thing, you can like exchange it out for something else, and you just pay if like the thing that you're exchanging it for is more expensive, you just pay the difference. But the one that we usually go to, that store, apparently they got new management, and that manager was not letting them do that anymore, so it was not worth our money to buy, like, a package deal and not want, like, 2 or 3 of the items that come in that package. We're not doing that. And then if you buy things, like, one-off, it's way more expensive. You're paying, like, double the price. So we were kind of annoyed about that, so we called the other location, which is like an hour away from us, and we asked, can we do that at your location? And they were like, yeah, of course. So we drove all the way to Annapolis to buy meat. And we drove home. So it was like a 2-hour drive of our day just to go buy meat on Saturday, so that was one of the reasons why I didn't feel like filming this weekend, because it was just like, I just felt like we were running around. Knock on wood, this weekend's going to be a little less hectic, but I say that, and then all of a sudden it's hectic again. What else? Oh, the other thing I'd love to talk about was, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. We were walking our dog. So we live, I think I've explained this before, but we live at the end of a dead end, but the road continues, like, there's this, like, bush area between, like, in the middle of the road, so it ends at our house, essentially, then there's this, like, bush grass area, and then the road continues after that, and it goes on. And it's short, but it continues on to the end of the road to go into another road, right? Well, it's our road, like, we live on this road, and, we were, going to walk our dog on the other side of, like, the bush area, so we live on this side of the bush area, and this road continues on the other side of the bush area, right? We were gonna go walk our dog, so we were walking, and we were, like, leaving our house, and this guy who lives, like, I'm looking at his house right now, he lives in this house over on the other side, like, on the other side of the bush area, but also on the other side of the road, and the dog's going downstairs. And anyway, we were, like, going away, and he was coming to get his garbage. Well, he got his garbage, and he started walking away, and he didn't see us, I guess, so we just keep walking. And the only reason I mention this is because you'll understand in a minute why I say he didn't see us. So we left, and then we came back, and we have to come back the same way, because it's the only way to get to our house, unless we want to walk all the way around. And it was hot yesterday, so that wouldn't have, like, we couldn't do that. We would have to walk all the way around the whole entire, like, it'd be like an hour, 2-hour walk or something, just to get back home. So we were coming back, and he saw us, and he was like, hey, this is a private road, we don't really like when dogs walk on it. Okay, first of all, it's not a private road. We know it's not a private road. Yeah, there's a sign at the top of the road that says private drive or private road or something, but it's a handmade sign made out of wood with painted like letters on it. So it's not even like a state sign. Also, we know it's not a private road because Bill, my husband's mom, was a assistant state's attorney, and she looked it up for us because this is not the first time that he's told us this. And we were like, the first time we were like, oh, okay, like, we'll walk the other way. Well, we went and asked her to, like, look it up just to see, because we were curious, because we live on the same road technically, just on the other side, but it's still the same, it's part of the same road. So if it is private, that would mean that everybody has to, like, the county doesn't own it, so we would have to pitch in to, like, fix any holes and stuff like that that happen in the road. Well, we've never had to do that, and we've lived here for 3 years. So we were like, is it actually private? So she went and looked it up, and it's not. It's a public easement. So we're allowed to walk on it. And the thing that apparently pisses him off is he doesn't like dogs walking on the road, but he's okay with people. I don't know what that's about. And I'm like, look, my dog's not on your property. He's never pooped on your yard. He's never even peed on their yard because I don't let him walk on their grass because I'm like, he's strange and apparently an angry person. So yesterday he like got all up in our faces. I kind of kept going because I didn't want to get into it with this guy. I was just going to let him like whatever. But Bill was like, no, it's not, because he said like this is a private road, and Bill was like, no, it's not. We had our attorney look it up, and it's not. It's a public access easement. So we're allowed to walk on this road. And this guy, like, didn't know what to say to that, and kind of just left it at that. So, I don't know, it's just this, he's just angry. And we're going to keep walking on the road if we would like to, because it is not his property. We're not walking on his driveway. There's a clear, like, turn off of the road that goes to his home. That is his driveway. Fine, we are not walking on your driveway. That's not a thing that's happening. We're walking on the road that starts before your driveway. So, we're next to your driveway, but it's not part of his driveway. And the best part about it is that the neighbors that live across from him have a dog, and they walk on that road constantly. And I'm like, you know, even if it is a private road and like, but they live on it too, they're walking their dog, you can't tell them to get off because technically it's their private road too. But it's not. None of them own that road. It's a county road. So, anyway. Or it's an easement or whatever, but it's not theirs. They don't own it. The road part. They might own the driveway part, but not the road. Anyway, it's just frustrating. And we left it at that, and we walked our dog. So, whatever. I think that's it. Yeah, that is it. That is it. That's all I have to say. People are angry, apparently. He's an older gentleman, so it's almost like, you know, the older person who stands on the porch and says, "Get off my property, you young kids," or whatever. Yeah, that's how he seems to me. But whatever. We're gonna walk on that road when we decide we would like to walk on that road. Nobody else on the road has a problem with it. So anyway, that's my story. So I think that's it. I will leave you all. I hope you have a great week. Enjoy stitching. Enjoy life. And don't be like that man who tells people to get off the road. Off the road that is not a private road. Okay. Thanks, everybody. I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.